Hey guys, Nick with 2, how do you do? This video is just going to talk about some stuff that I made and some events that I'm going to be at. So been working on this project for a couple weeks. Did a couple tests or trial runs and failures, and I finally got a piece that worked out, so I want to show it to you. I made some Mokume gane. It is Japanese for wood grain metal. This is copper and nickel layered together. Basically, it's basically a Damascus for copper and nickel. Let me zoom in here. So you can see that there's different layers of copper and nickel. Here's the back side. And what I found is that you have to have a lot more copper than a nickel. I did one with half and half basically, and it turned out pretty much all silver. So you want a lot more copper than nickel. What happens is that the copper has a lower melting point than the nickel, so it'll actually melt or fuse into the nickel and become more silver colored, and it'll stay like that. So if you don't have a lot more copper than nickel, the copper will run into the nickel and it'll become all silver colored. But it's kind of a pain to make. It's basically as hard as Damascus, but a little bit harder, because with with steel, when you you can hammer it all you want and it's not going to get work hardened. But copper gets work hardened, so you have to take it out at a red or a hot heat and quench it in water to actually anneal it, to actually make it workable. So you take all the heat out of it again, so you have to heat it back up all the way up to the fusing temperature and keep working with it, or a little bit below the fusing temperature after you fused it. And to be able to hammer it, you hammer it maybe 1 or 2 heats, and then you have to quench it again so it doesn't delaminate. So and since it has a lower melting point than steel, it's a lot easier to go over uh, that heat index and accidentally melt off a piece. So yeah, it took a couple tries before I got it, but I finally got it, and I'm really happy with the results. Excuse me. And I just love the way it's just kind of random, and even though you can see some of the layering, this stuff is up here is random, and this is more random, but it's very cool material. Hard to make, but a very decent result. So I just made it into a little necklace. Probably going to be a present for a friend. Hopefully they don't see this video before then. But if you guys want something like this, I mean, email me. This stuff is, as I said, it's not as hard as or harder to make than Damascus, and I've tried Damascus, and yeah, it definitely is. So it's not going to be that cheap, but if you want something made, probably not rings, not at this point, but something like a pendant or something like this, I'll be willing to do, and have to calculate out the cost of all the materials that go into it, and I'll let you know about prices and stuff. But just email me if you're interested. Also, I'm going to be at F3 the 15th. They're having a Jeep event, so if you got a Jeep and you're in Northern Virginia, come down to F3 Tactical and hang out. It's going to be on the 15th. And I think there's going to be an event on the 9th I probably will go to that, but I won't have all my work done. Being um, have a lot of stuff that I want to do and to make before the 15th, and I'm not going to be able to make all of it before the 9th. So hopefully I'll just have some stuff. I will have some stuff for the 9th, but hopefully all the stuff I want to get done for the 15th will get done. But let me know what you think of the Mokume gane. And remember, guys, keep your eyes sharp, your mind sharper. I'm Nick with 2. Thanks for watching, guys.